Hey everybody, I'm Robert. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Nürburgring, and welcome Misha to the channel. Why are you here? Is it really because I'm not allowed to hold this key without supervision?
If you say so. Do you need instruction?
Yeah, probably, yeah. Well, we all know that Americans can't shift, but no, what we thought we would do was actually, there's been a lot of questions since you did a video doing a lap in the Yaris, and then I did a video, basically my first lap back out after blowing it up. And there were a lot of questions about the modifications, really big one about the seats.
Mm-hmm.
Are the seats in the papers?
Yes.
The seat lowering, how did that happen, everything like that. So we thought we'd just touch on that real quick.
Especially since in the beginning you said like, hey, it's impossible to put the seats in without putting the cage in, something that we didn't want to do. And then all of a sudden, hey guys, it's possible.
Exactly.
How does it come?
But that's, having good partners and good resources, so we're able to figure it out. So first of all, though, before we get into that, we have set up the Money Shift collection on the YouTube, on the Apex, what'd you call it, merchandise store?
Exactly.
So link is down in the description for that. I suspect that things are going to go pretty fast. There's been tons of questions about it. The t-shirts and hoodies are only orderable till 1 May. 1 May, we're going to basically take all the orders, print them, send them out, and we're not going to print them again. The rocker arm keychain, which I think I have got it somewhere here. My pickup truck keys are on it. The rocker arm keychain, that's only 8 available. So I'm giving one to Misha for his mystery car. The new, what was it called? Tom's going to beep that out just for fun.
And also make sure to blur the lips for people who can do lip reading.
Yeah, so I'm going to give Misha one. 2 of them are going to go in the display case here, so only 8 will be available for purchase. We're going to number them 1 of 12 through 12 of 12, so everyone knows that they have an original out of the motor. So
yeah. How expensive are they going to be?
I think the keychains are $100, and then
I think it's pretty fair because you told me they cost like what, 130
Yeah,
euros?
we paid 130 a piece plus tax is the price of the rockers themselves from Toyota. Yeah. Obviously, I had to buy them, so somebody could say, "Oh, you're still, making money." But we're going to do some work to them. We're going to make them actually pretty cool. Mine is just, a key ring on it, but we'll make them pretty neat. So, yeah. But back to this car.
Exactly.
So you drove it.
Yes, I drove it, and well, first of all, I drove it back when we just did all the mods. We installed back then just the KW suspension with the ProTrack wheels, Nanking Air 1 tires, endless brake pads, MA22, I think, the pads. I don't know exactly because today we actually did the order for endless. We're gonna put
all those numbers
N39S, MA45B. We're gonna do a big comparison, so that's coming up. But some other like type of endless pads is on there. We did it on the Mühlenbachschleife, which is like the small section of the GP track, which is being used by local race teams to test, to do the rollouts with their race cars. And we had the opportunity to take the car out. Now, when we got in the car together with Bora, it started pouring down rain and we were driving on air once. But still, back then, I was already like, oh my God, this is impressive. This is amazing. I cannot wait to do a lap of the Nordschleife with it. Then Robert jumps in the car, does a money shift. I cannot do a lap of an Nordschleife with it.
I did like 7 or 8, so I was good.
Exactly, you were good. So, but after that, it was also after we installed, or actually Mantai Racing / Freire Motorsport installed the seats together with the rails, with the mounts, and also the day before that, Stahlus. We need to do the brand here, of course. Our cage partner installed the cage. And yeah, it transformed the car tremendously. So I did so far, I believe about 5 laps in total. And yeah, I mean, back when we got the car last year in December, like the last weekend of December, we did the first lap, so it was already out of the box. Oh my God, this is amazing. And then you put all of these mods on it and it works so great together. It works as a whole. It's so confidence inspiring and it's just an absolute dream to drive.
I love it. I've said it time and time again that we have access to so many cars that we can drive, but this thing's really special. And it was something that we hoped for back in December when we were, late night drinking some whiskey and decided to get one. I really thought, okay, there's a lot of hype going on. There's a lot of people asking for it. We're going to see what this is like. I actually have another one coming this month. So I've got a red one that'll be here this month. Yeah. Haven't exactly decided what we're going to do with it yet, what I'm going to do with it yet. I might build it, sell it. I might just, who knows, but I do have one more coming this month. It's gotten to the point that the Yaris is being marked up by most dealers by 10%.
Crazy.
So they're actually asking, 10%. That's pretty big. That's a pretty big percentage on a car.
Yeah.
and they're getting it because people want it. Otherwise, there's a 1-year wait time. So I think that sometimes you get hyped for a car and it doesn't quite live up to it.
Yeah.
And I really think that this is one car that is living up to that hype. People are really hot for it, and it returns it in driver excitement.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've done a ton, you know, from the KW suspension. We've got the ProTrek wheels, the cage, the seats, the harnesses, the brake pads, everything like that we've done. But even in stock form, it was pretty amazing.
It was amazing, and like you said, we were back then when we bought the car, we were afraid. A lot of you guys asked us when we announced we're going to buy the car, like, well, aren't you going to be afraid you're going to have the same issues that you have with the Supra? Such an overhyped car, and eventually it's like, yeah.
The Supra was very hyped, and I'm very, you know, whatever on it.
Yeah, exactly. Now you have this. Now you said that you're buying extra one for yourself.
Yep.
I also said in one of the videos that I still have to publish when I drove this car again, I said a lot of people have asked, why have you decided to buy i20N, for example, which I instead bought like the mystery car or doing all the others. And I said, if I did not have, I did not buy a GR Yaris because I'm fortunate enough to have access to this car here through Apex.
But otherwise,
I would have bought it. And you can see them here, they're like popping up like mushrooms out of the ground. There's so many here.
On a typical Saturday, Sunday, they're all over the place. There were days this winter when the car was up here on the Michelin, what are they, Alpine 4 or something tires?
Yeah.
The Michelin Alpine 4 tires, and I was down at home and I was like, man, I want that car because I want to drive this thing in the snow right now.
Yeah.
And you got it out in the snow and just had a blast with it. So enough ranting and raving about this car. Let's jump in, because this is, I think, the big question a lot of people had was about the seat rails.
Yes.
So why don't we jump in? I've got my helmet. I'm 6'2", which is 188, 189 centimeters tall. And we can jump in here and see what kind of headroom I have with my helmet on. Take a look. We've got the Recaro seat with a flat mount. So basically what they did is they've gone to a flat mount. Normally there's a mount that comes up that holds the seat up higher.
So what this actually is, it's a Recaro, the upper part which says Recaro on it is actually the Recaro part, and the bottom
console
is Vichers.
Okay.
The bottom console, so it's a hybrid of Recaro and Vichers parts.
And this is something that Mantai put together for us and got us, and they do have it in all of the papers. So these seats, the mounts, the cage, everything is in the car's paper and perfectly legal here in Germany. So I now am in the car as I would drive it, and I can put my hand over my helmet. So we've got about that much space above my head. And I can tell you right now that it's pretty funny because I compare a lot of things to cars that they shouldn't compare with. I have more room in this than I have in any of the latest Ferrari stuff.
Yeah.
So like the Pista or anything like that. So when I'm driving this, I have to go like that to hit my head. And when I'm strapped in, there's absolutely no way that's going to happen.
Yeah. I remember that when you had the Pista and we would want to do some POV videos driving.
You can't do it.
You had to like go completely down.
And the other thing with the Pista is that you would have to actually lean the seat back to get your head clearance when you were in an uncomfortable position. Another really big thing. When I first took this car out, I'm going to take my helmet off. When I first took this car out, after my first laps, my left leg was hurting. We know there's other problems with that, but my left leg was hurting. Now, with the seating position like this, the seat's lower, my leg doesn't hurt as much when I'm driving the car. I find it to be a much better, I would say, ergonomic situation. I think that it's much more comfortable to drive the car. So, yeah.
Yeah, as you can see, our biggest concern was that you wouldn't be able to drive, well, with the helmet, with stock seats.
Right.
Now you can because the seat is lowered. If we take it a step further, it would not be possible to fit a cage in, though. But that was also our big concern.
Yeah, I still am of the mindset that I wouldn't want a cage bar right here. It's much better. I've been in cars that it's much closer than this.
Yeah.
You take the headliner out, you could get it pretty high up there, but I still wouldn't like it completely. I still wouldn't be completely satisfied with it. But for this type of club sport situation, it's absolutely perfect.
I do have to say, by the way, if you look closer, Tom, you see that the seat can be lowered actually one more position.
Right.
So it would be possible to go even lower. But we decided to go in between settings, so yeah, it's kind
different
of average.
Height people, yeah.
Exactly, that it averages out.
So without a doubt, this pretty much fixed what I said did Toyota ruin the Yaris with its seating position, right?
Yeah.
And this pretty much fixed that. It made it to where it's no longer an issue for me. Tom, come around back. You can show inside the
cage.
The cage. Maybe.
Maybe.
How do you open the trunk?
Probably only from the inside, no?
That might be true.
It could be, yeah. Oh no, here we go. I got it.
So guys, this isn't a comprehensive day-to-day use of the Yaris video. No, I don't know how to open the trunk.
Some people don't know they even have a trunk on their car, on their supercar, so that's
Yeah,
no
we're not going
problem.
to put anything in here anyways, right?
Yeah.
So another thing we have is a lightweight battery for the car.
Yes, from Light Blocks.
Yep, and that's something that I think will probably be going in the next week or two.
Yeah, we actually had one, and then they asked to send that one back because they, in the meantime, they already made a new one.
Okay.
So we're getting an updated one. Like, yeah, sure, no problem. That one was fine too. So we're getting that as well. But cage installation video, I think they will post it on Apex. Otherwise, on my channel as well.
Yep.
Yeah, you can see like what are the real advantages, because usually with the bolted cages, it's still like a combination of structures. And
This is
means-
one piece.
This is one
This
piece.
is a one-piece cage. There's no seams. There's no slip joints. This is a one-piece cage that's all welded together and mounted via its 4 mounting points.
Yeah, and also this comes with a certificate from Stahlus that you can put in the papers in your car in Germany. If you have to, like in Germany, you need to put parts in the papers. So you can just go to your Einzelabnahme, TÜV, and yeah, just go straight fit.
So there's very little that I would still want to do to this car. I think the exhaust is something that I still would do, even though it's louder with all this insulation out.
We asked Miltech and they said, yeah, our first 3 batches are sold out because everyone wants to have one.
So I would do the exhaust just to make it more aggressive.
Although it actually sounds pretty good with the seats taken out,
It
but
does, sounds
I
much
don't know
better.
if it's speakers
It's
or
much better,
actually-
but I still would do it.
Yes.
And then a recap on what we have done. We've got the one-piece cage. We've got the 6-point harnesses. We've got the Recaro seats with basically, I would say, the Raider Motorsport Manti Racing seat solution, the console solution.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have the KW suspension.
Correct.
We've got the endless brakes.
It's
and
a
then-
Club Sport suspension, just
Yeah,
it's not a V3
Yeah, so-
or competition.
Exactly,
It's
so
Club
it's
Sport.
the KW Club Sport. And then we have ProTrack wheels. We actually have, I think, 3 or 4 sets of ProTracks for it.
Yes.
We have some really cool wet tires on one. We've got PS4s on another.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a couple sets for Nankang AR1s.
And we have Winters.
Yes, and we have Winters. That's the
Alpine
fourth set.
4.
Yeah. Yeah, so we have the Alpine 4. So this thing is really ready for any condition with what we have. And yeah, that's just a quick recap on what we've done. The power, the horsepower, completely stock. The engine is staying stock.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't understand. They always think more power, more power, more power. On the Nürburgring, power is not key.
Yeah.
Really, a smooth flowing line and momentum. That's what the Nürburgring is all about. You can have a car with 500 horsepower get absolutely destroyed by a car with 200 horsepower
Oh yeah.
because it has a better chassis setup, better braking systems, and the driver's running a better line, right?
Yeah,
So-
absolutely. I mean, I do must say with these mods, you can run higher horsepower.
You can,
but,
yeah.
But it's not.
don't need it.
You don't need it
You know,
because
this takes me back to the GT86.
exactly.
Everyone's like, Robert, put this on it, put that on. I'm happy with it.
And I think that could be
Yeah.
a nice question for the next video. Are we getting a
I've
new
already ordered
GT86?
My name's already on the list. I said I want the first one that comes.
Great.
I got a message and said, "What do you think about this?" I said, "I think you need to put one on my name." So I think we'll end with that, guys.
Is there a second one? Because I want one myself.
So
Actually.
I'll call it. He's watching. Get 2.
Cool.
Guys, thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed. Let us know any questions that you do have. We do want to do some more beauty shots. Tom has some stuff, so maybe we'll put those in a future video. Not to waste that. This we're hoping to be just kind of a cut and put up today type of thing. Check out the Money Shift collection. I like that.
Yeah, I like
That's
that
a
too.
cool name. We're like fashion designers now, you know.
Yeah, fashion influencers. So,
Take it easy, guys.
let's do a lap now, huh?
Let's go.
Yep.